G'day, my name's David Darcy and welcome to Australian Mongrel. These are my best mates, Egbert, Doc and Felix. Together, for the last 15 years, we've been travelling around Australia and meeting lots of different people and getting lots of different stories. Now I'd like to share them with you.
Always here, standing strong, in my arms where you belong. Through the tears I can see you're the better part of me. When everyone chose to walk away, you were the only one to stay. Standing beside me all these years, you were always here.
Can you start by introducing yourself,
Okay.
where we are in Australia,
Yep.
and then the names of your dogs? As quick as you can.
How much time do you have? Who is it? Me? Okay, my name is Gloria Morales and I live in Juandema, Northern Territory in Australia, 300 kilometers northwest of Alice Springs.
What an amazing woman. She lives 300 kilometres out of Alice Springs in an isolated Aboriginal community, and she's saving dogs and rehoming them all around Australia.
Yeah.
She works in the local community art centre and helps the Indigenous people share their artwork with the rest of the world. She's had over 1,000 dogs come through her home in the last 10 years. It's a truly inspirational story about a woman from Chile who comes to this country and goes out there to rescue dogs.
This is the craziest time of the day because as soon as I get home, they're ready, you know. So we are going to open the gate. There is only a few dogs that are in the front area, Tinkerbell, and then all of the other ones are inside the house or, you know, at the back. So when the door of the inside of the house, when I don't open the house door, just stand aside because it's a rush.
Oh, this is fabulous. I travel all over the country looking for weird and wonderful stories about dogs, and I think I've just hit the jackpot. Do you normally take them for a drive or a ride?
Every night.
Every night at this time?
At this time, as soon as I finish work, come here, and there is no way that I could go and say, sit down and rest, because this is what's happened when I get here. So they're ready to go for a walk. So it's better to just take them and relax during the walk, and then come back, and then they are a lot happier.
How many dogs are in the car at the moment?
20.
20. Exactly?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, okay. Oh, that was fun. Okay, let's go. Let's go. My goodness gracious.
That's just out of control. I've never seen anything like it. I'm looking through the back window of the Land Cruiser, and it's the frame in the picture is just full of dogs and this woman putting her head amongst them, and it's just crazy. It's out of control. I've never seen anything like it. I'm so buzzed about it. Oh wow, it's awesome. And the dogs look excellent. They're just this mix of mongrels and little dogs and big dogs and scruffy dogs and fat dogs. And man, that is something else. And I've been meaning to come in here for so long, and I'm so glad I'm here now because I've just got some killer pictures, and we've hardly even started. How many dogs do you have at the moment?
I think this 32.
32.
I think. But last week I had 42 because I was looking after 10 extra.
Oh, you're special. You are special.
I have had dogs that I lost one. He was mentally disabled and physically disabled. And When I lost him, I felt like there was 10 dogs missing. At that point, I had to count how many dogs I had because I saw that there was like a, where are all of them? Where are they? Yeah. So normally I get out of here because even though they harass the wildlife.
They do, yeah?
Yeah. They're dogs.
Oh, yeah. Beautiful. Fabulous.
2 weeks is my maximum time of being away from them. After 2 weeks, I'm thinking, oh, something is going wrong. Oh, how are they? What is happening with them? What have this done? What, you know, I just cannot enjoy the holidays anymore. 14 days is like my limit. I can't do it any longer.
Perfect. Yeah, perfect, that's there.
They know that I go around feeding dogs that need to be fed. They know that if a dog is sick, they could come easily to me and say, can you look after it? They know that if their dogs get run over, that they can call me and say, my dog got run over, can you come and see how she's going? You know, that is the difference.
Yep.
Of course, it's a lot of work for me, but I wouldn't change it for anything.
You are a beautiful person.
I really like dogs because they don't go mad on you for things. You don't get into trouble for things. You can sit up and have too many beers with them at night and they won't hassle you about it in the morning.
Many years ago, Ian O'Connell founded the biggest working dog event in Australia, the Casterton Auctions. He's one of the most well-respected dog trainers in the country. He loves his dogs, he's a great trainer, and now he's passing his knowledge down to the young ones. Good dog, come. There you go.
They're the unsung heroes of the nation. There's tens of thousands of them working today, making sure that there's food available, fibre available, and they've been doing that for 150, 200 years. To me, they just don't get acknowledged for that enormous contribution that they make. Good boy! And anything I've achieved in my life, it's been because of these guys, so it's a pretty humbling experience to have them.
You're teaching young kids how to work with dogs or how to handle dogs?
Yeah, it's just something that cropped up. I didn't ever put myself out there saying, well, you know, come here and I'll show you how to train working dogs, but the opportunity's just arisen where people have contacted me and they come here to see how we do it, and I pretty much say, well, it's a very personal thing. It's like raising children to have your working dogs and training them, but I just showed them how I do it. Back. And that seems to work really well, and they take those things on board and away they go, hopefully get good results. Bring your dogs up over the top, or just one will do. Here, Cassie. Here, Cassie. Here, Cassie. Right up. Now she'll drop down, and as she comes back, the sheep will jump her and that will propel them forward. See how they're all pushing themselves forward? And she'll go back and bring some more up.
Stay.
One of Ian's proteges is Celeste Clabban. Celeste bought a Kelpie from Ian 7 years ago, named Sue.
I came down here when Sue was about 6 months old. I was supposed to stay here for about 2 weeks, and then that ended up being about 6 months, and then 6 months turned into about 5 years. So I'm stuck here now because of Kelpie dogs. Yeah.
You've become one of the family.
Yeah.
He's a great dog man. What has he been able to teach you in that time?
He's a very well-respected dog man in this area and all over Australia, really. I think the main thing that really got me was the way he treats his dogs, the way he handles them. You see a lot of working dogs, not all, but a fair few that are treated not so well.
I grew up in that environment, and thankfully I thought there must be a better way. So whether it be with our children and no more corporal punishment, and with our animals no more breaking a horse in or breaking a dog in, it's working with what's already there. And the other thing you'll never see me doing is growling at my dogs, because she just done an amazing thing for me then. So she's going to get some feedback, and the feedback is all good. And that way she'll want to do it for me again next time.
As soon as I saw Ian working his dogs so beautifully and with such respect, I was just taken by it. And so that's how I wanted to treat my dogs and how to train them, yeah.
Hey, we're living in the colours of a rainbow.
Celeste is one half of the popular country music duo the Sunny Cowgirls. With her sister Sophie, the Cowgirls have sold over 120,000 albums and they've got a huge following all over Australia.
A pot of green and gold.
That's basically my full-time job. That being a big part of my life, going out on the road and touring and playing gigs and getting your hair and makeup done and all that sort of stuff. It's really nice to come back to the farm and see Billy and just go out and...
Get a bit of sheep crap under you.
Totally, I love the sheep crap on me feet.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's a nice contrast, I like it.
And there's something about this place that hypnotises me from time to time. Keeps me here, keeping me here.
She's just got this natural passion for the land and all things agriculture, and so what she sings about and talks about, that's Celeste. What you see is what you get.
So these are Sue's pups. This is Sue here.
This is Sue here, yep, that's her second litter. Here, Sue. Aren't they just ridiculous?
Oh, fantastic. Isn't it amazing that they're going to turn into such a ball of energy? Like, they're so small, and then you think the life that's ahead of them and the hundreds of thousands of kilometres they'll run and
That's it. They've got
all the
no
work
idea.
they'll do.
Yeah, if you want to get a Kelpie, make sure you've got either lots of energy or lots of sheep.
Yeah.
Right back.
Incredible to watch them run, isn't it?
Yeah. This week is lamb marking. The lambs are all getting pretty big, but I heard you had a little lambing experience here while you're here.
I've become a father.
Congratulations.
Yeah. It's either you or me to pull it out. Yeah. I'll give it a go. Yeah, I'll try. I was kind of hesitant at first, but then I thought, no, get in and give it a go, and it all went well. And
Good.
apart from the fact he said you've got to flick it to get the gunk out of its mouth, and
Did
I
you
was
do
thinking,
it?
I couldn't do it hard enough. I was like, I don't want to flick it. So
I know, you feel like you're going to break it,
or
don't
something.
you?
Yeah, he said, no, they're pretty durable, and got up, and then I put it next to the mum, and it started crawling towards me, Bar, and I was like, no, I'm not your mum. Can you go? Stay over there.
Oh wow,
So
new
yeah,
life.
nice experience. Yeah,
New life.
exactly.
That's good.
I think that's the nice thing about being on a farm is that you've got all that kind of. It's life out here. It's
that's right.
all those experiences.
It doesn't get much more natural than that, does it?
It doesn't. No, absolutely.
Every time you put your heart and soul into training a dog up and see how amazing they are, and then they move on, and I just think a little bit of me goes with them.
I hear a lot of farmers say, oh, don't get too close to your working dogs, don't make them pets, and I couldn't disagree with them more. I think the closer you are with them, the more they'll do for you, and if you do the right thing by them, they'll do the right thing by you.
So 5 years ago, I was driving down the highway and I saw this dog run across the road in front of me, and I chased it with my camera because I wanted to photograph it, and it went into this Aboriginal community. And then this elderly Aboriginal bloke got up, walked over to me, put his hand out and said hello.
Yeah, when you talk, yeah. In an body village, Maryland, in town, which is not Tidri town. Kind of all you talk, all you might talk all about. We are, Seneba, Brendy, Chibi, all Limbao, and all Gypsy, and Seneba. 6 dogs.
6 dogs. From the moment I sat down and talked with Paddy, I realised how I didn't understand this culture, and from this land I call home, I call Australia home, and yet I don't even understand the people that have been here for 40,000 years. And I've realised that chasing that dog off the road and going into that community has broken a massive barrier down, And now I see these people in a completely different light. Here's an elderly gentleman that just lives in the dirt, sleeps on a swag, hasn't got a roof over his head, and he's happy, and he put his hand out that day for me and said, welcome to my home, and sit down and have a chat. Can you talk in language about dogs and what dogs mean to you as an Indigenous man?
Yeah, well, I ain't gonna know about. They nice me, we nice him too. Lagan wa. I like. And I think na drive nice him. While we say him when nice him again, lagan. To say him, we look after him. While he look after him, like that. Lagan you'll say more.
Yep. I always love photographing Paddy and his dogs. There's always a wonderful light out there as the sun sets over the desert, and you know there's all this culture and character in Paddy's face, and he's got these dogs around him, and the dust and the smoke from the fire, and I always manage to get really nice pictures. It's like a little inspiration every time I go and see the bloke. Now I'm out here in the central desert in Tea Tree, and I'm about to show Paddy something very special. It's been 3 years since I saw Paddy. I've actually been lucky enough to use Paddy in one of my books. He appeared in Australian Mongrel. I haven't seen him. His beard has changed a lot since then. Okay, this is videoing Paddy. This was Douglas or Dougal. That was from the very first meeting we had, and I got to put him in that publication. And obviously the next time I went back out after the book was out, I took him a copy of the book, and he was over the moon about it. Yeah. That old Nancy, yeah. So what do you think? Picture of you is good? I've had incredible experiences in several communities around Australia now, and I bring that all back to Paddy and that wonderful first meeting, that dog running off the road and running into that camp, and Paddy putting his hand out to say welcome.
I've noticed every time I've gone to Townsville for chemo and I come home, he seems to sense, unless he can smell it or something, I don't know. But he just seems to know, and he does this. He just won't leave my side. Like, he'll just hang around, lay wherever I'm sitting, you know. It's just amazing. Hey, how can I give you away?
Come here. Come on. Such an emotional creature. My name's Hannah. This is Axel, and we're in Central Australia in Alice Springs.
She comes from Sydney originally, but she just hadn't found a groove in life. She went out in the middle of the country, she got involved with camels, she met a stockman, and he had a dog named Axel. They've all fallen in love, and they're about to embark on a pretty amazing adventure.
We're going to be trekking from Alice Springs to Adelaide in July.
Yep.
With our camels, and our camel wagon, and our dog.
Is that the best time to trek, or is that the
Yeah, we don't want to be, well, we just did 400 kilometres in 45 degrees, and that was some kind of hell, so we don't really want to do that again. So we're going in July because we'll be going for 3 or 4 months. So that'll be, it'll be freezing cold at night time, but it'll be a lot nicer in the day.
And Axel gets on with the
Axel loves camels, yeah, he gives that little baby camel kisses, stuff like that.
Yep.
They're very good friends. He thinks he's a working dog, but it's not really. Come here. Oh, he's offended. Ax, come here. Ax, what's up? Hey, Ax, come here.
So what do we got here?
This is the Alice Springs Camel Cup first place trophy. This is the Northern Territory Chief Minister's Cup. 2 years ago I'd come into Alice Springs, I'd gone into a backpacker, so I'd seen a photo of the Camel Cup, and I'd just been like, what the hell is that? Totally blew my mind. I didn't even know we had camels in Australia. Saw this picture and I said to my friend that I was with, I want to do that one day. And then 2 years later I won.
You've won. Do you worry about losing Axel? Is there Out here it's a pretty rough and tough life, I suspect.
Sort of, but in a way not really. He's kind of like a really tough dog. Like the amount of stuff I've seen him do, like, yeah, attack scrub bulls in the face and kill 25-kilo feral cats and things like that, and walk along in the desert for 25 kilometres in a day and 45 degrees, and I just think he'll probably live forever. He's kind of one of those dogs.
He's made of tough stuff.
Yeah.
What do you think Axel's best qualities? I mean, you said he's pretty rugged and all the rest of it. Is there anything else?
He's just the most loyal dog, I think, in the whole world.
Yep.
If he ripped off all his legs and all his feet and he was running along on stubs, he'd chase you until he died just to make sure he's with you. He's very, very loyal.
And now we're going to meet Billy and his mum Christine, who just happened to be in America when Hurricane Katrina hit. Little Billy got stuck in that cyclone and he was trapped on top of a car for nearly a week.
What we saw when we were down there in the city was terrifying. You know, it was just destroyed. Everything was topsy-turvy. Everything that should be in houses was in the street and washed away and bumped up. And so the dogs were all traumatised. You know, even the most vicious ones were really gentle. They were just like little lap dogs. It was really quite amazing and how their natures just changed in that time. He was found on the roof of a car when the city had been flooded.
Did he have any major issues?
He had so many issues, but his really immediate ones were his feet. He was unable to walk. His feet had got burnt from the roof of the car that he was on because it was so hot.
Yep.
And then with the water, they got so infected and ulcerated. With all the toxic waste that he was digesting and all the environmental stuff, it took him quite a while to be able to recover from it all.
Yep.
Boy. He got adopted out 3 times, but people were not prepared to take on what it was to dress his wounds and everything and look after him. And, you know, he'd bounce back one time after an hour because somebody had a cat, another time a day. Eventually, one of our friends said, yeah, she'll take him. And so we packed his bag and said goodbye to Bill. And it came the time for him to go to her. And I realised I couldn't let him go.
He'd already gotten in there.
Oh man! And you know sometimes how it can be that you look a dog in the face and you look into their eyes, and it's not every dog it happens with, but there's something totally a connection there. I couldn't imagine not having him now.
Fantastic.
I could not imagine it. He's still got those eyes.
At the top of the show, you met my 3 dogs, Egbert, Felix and Doc. My boys are quite old now. They're all 15. I knew that one day I was going to lose them, but it's just something you can never prepare yourself for. A couple of days after returning from a shoot, Doc became ill. I noticed he wasn't drinking very well and he wasn't wanting to eat his food, so I took him out to my vet and he did a blood test on him and said some of his levels were up. Thought he was having some kidney problems, and those kidney problems were probably associated to he had some bad teeth, some infected teeth, so they put him under an anaesthetic and took some teeth out, but he didn't seem to recover from that operation. He wouldn't eat food after that, so we just don't know. We don't know whether he's in renal failure and he's going to pass away in the next days, or whether or not there's a chance of recovery. The vets don't seem to think there's much chance, but after 15 years, it's hard to give up hope. It's hard to not try to do everything you possibly can, because I know he'd do the same for me. So I'm just trying. He's 15, but and I have to accept it soon enough. But just can't. I can't at the moment. Little boy. Today is one of the hardest days of my life. Because I've got to put my little boy to sleep.
No hurt, no rules. I promise to hold on to you with love unbreakable. No words we speak with the sound of 1,000 heartbeats and love unbreakable. Love unbreakable. Love unbreakable, unbendable, unshakable.